This year, UCP Class invites you to take a look back with us about why UCP Class is now celebrating our 60th anniversary. This journey will take us through the inception of our agency to our plans for our future. We want you to explore with us the highlights of our years of service of empowering people, creating communities.
The year was 1951. UCP of Pittsburgh was formed by a group of concerned parents, medical personnel, and educators. The initial efforts of this core group, led by Gertrude Labowitz, June Mullins, and Eugene Cohen, revolved around increasing public awareness and establishing programs for children with cerebral palsy.
Following the lead of the first live transcontinental television broadcast in 1951 of President Harry Truman, UCP of Pittsburgh used television to increase public awareness by hosting several public benefits and telethons.
One of the highlights of the 50s occurred in 1953 when UCP of Pittsburgh opened a clinic at the Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. This cerebral palsy clinic has stood the test of time and still exists today, now as a clinic at Children's Hospital that is merged with several similar programs.
As UCP entered their second decade of service, programs began to change to reflect the time. The 60s was a time when the children of the post-World War II baby boom became teenagers. This generation wanted change that affected education, values, lifestyles, laws, and entertainment.
One way that UCP changed during this decade was by the creation of the social group known as the Rivals. Young adults with cerebral palsy and other disabilities created the Rivals, and these members oversaw all aspects of the social group's activities. This led to numerous social events such as swimming parties, bowling nights, dances, and even trips to other cities.
The Rolling Stones may have released I Can't Get No Satisfaction in 1965, but UCP tried to assist people in getting more satisfaction by beginning an information and referral program. This program was for anyone in the Pittsburgh area to find answers to their questions they may have about disabilities and to assist parents in locating the best care for their children.
Also occurring in this decade was a new partnership with the Elks program. This partnership produced a home medical program for children with cerebral palsy. Along with information and referral, both of these programs still thrive with UCP Class today.
Imagine all the people living for today.
Imagine was not only a hit for John Lennon in 1971. UCP was imagining ways to expand and modify adult programs for individuals with disabilities. It was while researching adult programs that it became clear there was a significant lack of community living experiences in those programs.
UCP wanted to provide an environment for these adult programs to become one with the greater community. Therefore, UCP opened one of the first supportive apartment programs in Pennsylvania. This program has now transformed into its modern-day equivalent known as the Residential Support Services.
Another modern-day program with its roots in the 70s started with the opening of the unique gift shop, Fingers and Thumbs. Fingers and Thumbs provided training in downtown Pittsburgh as a supported employment experience. This was the beginning of the program now known as Vocational Services.
In 1974, the program that is currently known as Community Skills Building was developed by UCP opening an adult development center. This center focused on daily living skills and community living skills.
All of the new programs that were developed in the 70s grew UCP of Pittsburgh to be a leader in the field. And in 1975, the budget for UCP Pittsburgh surpassed $1 million.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street life, people.
The 80s was a time for yuppie culture to emerge, but also marked the start of the personal computer age when two guys named Steve introduced the first Apple computer to the world. As the rest of the world learned to adapt to these new changes, UCP of Pittsburgh followed their lead and continued to evolve.
Dedicated staff, board, and volunteers worked diligently to relocate from downtown Pittsburgh to Center Avenue in North Oakland. This new facility was centrally located, accessible to bus lines, closer to colleges and universities, and provided physical space to grow programs.
In 1984, the Howard White House Independent Living Center was opened. This center provided a transitional dormitory and apartment facilities for adult participants to practice household management and community living skills prior to moving into other residential programs.
UCP expanded services to include more individuals with acquired disabilities, such as traumatic brain injury, multiple sclerosis, and spinal cord injuries. The focus shifted from helping the individuals and their families into working toward a community where each belongs, the philosophy that changed all of UCP's programs and continues to be the mission today.
During the 1990s, technology became a part of most people's everyday lives. To UCP, this was a time to focus on the community being a part of everyday life.
In North Oakland, the headquarters building transitioned into an inclusive community center. This meant that the physical building was open to other community groups to utilize. Hosting art openings, becoming a voting location, and participating in a community food share program were all happening at the UCP Community Service Center.
Community Living and Support Services, known as CLASS, began to form in 1995. This was in conjunction with corporate restructuring that not only created CLASS, but also created the UCP Foundation as two additional boards of UCP of Pittsburgh. CLASS focused on the services spectrum of the work completed by UCP of Pittsburgh and provided another method to communicate that UCP was not just serving individuals with cerebral palsy, but serving a wide spectrum of individuals with and without disabilities.
In 1998, UCP was awarded the Department of Welfare Attendant Care contract for Allegheny County. Subsequently, UCP was awarded the administration of the Community Service Program for people with physical disabilities. Both of these programs focused on individuals with disabilities remaining in the community by providing tools and resources for those individuals to stay in their own home.
It was a beautiful day. So let it get away. Beautiful day.
The 2000s represented the new millennium and introduced the world to reality television. To stay in sync with the revolution of the community around them, UCP of Pittsburgh formally began to identify all of the programs and services as being part of UCP-CLASS. This change to UCP-CLASS was the next step needed to create a new vast array of programs to provide, expand the area of the community being served, and accept a larger number of individuals with varying abilities.
From 2000 to 2002, UCP-CLASS conducted a successful $5 million capital campaign to renovate the Community Service Center. This renovation added an additional 4,000 square feet, provided modern technology with the first computer network for staff to use, and allowed enhancements for the common areas used by UCP-CLASS and community groups.
In 2004, UCP-CLASS refocused children's services with the creation of UCP Kids. The focus of UCP Kids programs is on assisting children with disabilities so that they may have full participation in recreational, educational, and social activities within their own communities. With UCP Kids, programs were developed such as UCP Cares, a workshop series that focuses on the community by presenting strategies and information to foster relationships and connections for children with disabilities at home, at school, and within the community.
In 2007, UCP Kids introduced Teacher. Teacher provides school districts with support to fully include children with disabilities in school-based activities.
UCP-CLASS also revolutionized programs in 2006 by opening its first Smart Home in North Versailles, which serves 3 residents with incorporated technology to further enhance independence within the home. Progress in transforming additional residential locations to include more smart home features continued with a second smart home opened in 2010.
Realizing that the mission of UCP-CLASS was larger than simply serving Allegheny County, the service area of UCP-CLASS expanded in 2008. Programs and services added an additional 8 counties to the north up to and including Erie County.
Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make 'em go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave 'em falling, oh, oh, oh.
The beginning of the 6th decade of service has UCP-CLASS focused on changing the community as the founding families had envisioned in 1951. In just 2011, there have been numerous advancements and changes at UCP-CLASS.
One of the largest projects this year has been the purchase and renovation of the new office building in Swissville located on South Braddock Avenue. This new location has consolidated several smaller locations together and provides new opportunities for UCP-CLASS to develop and change programs for many years and decades into the future.
This new location also allows the newest members to UCP-CLASS, the Multiple Sclerosis Service Society and the Alliance for Community Respite Care, to fully be integrated into UCP-CLASS. The merging of these organizations will permit further exploration of how their services can complement programs such as attendant care and community partners.
The near future already holds exciting opportunities. Attendant care will commence with the Paraprofessional Healthcare Institute, an intensive training program for attendants. UCP-CLASS is exploring further opportunities with assistive technology, home modifications, and durable medical equipment services.
With a dedicated board of directors, enthusiastic participant and family base, and a committed staff, the future is full of new opportunities for UCP-CLASS. Building off our history of providing high-quality services, we will continue to become the provider, employer, and investment of choice in the Western Pennsylvania region.
We are proud to celebrate our 60 years of service to the community. Together we honor UCP-CLASS's past, present, and future. The past will ground us with a history of where UCP-CLASS has been. The present will guide existing programs and services. And the future will allow us to dream of empowering people, creating communities, until everyone is working toward a community where each belongs.